Peace. I know it's been a while since y'all saw me do a video build, but had to take some time off real quick. However, that doesn't stop me from still adding on to the Cypher Life. Continue this process of what we call teaching. So I decided to share my end of the angle today about a very important topic. And I'm not, making this all traditional or anything, but this is more of a real life situation and circumstance. And I see that a lot of individuals need to take heed to what's going on. This is today's day and age. Rambo, what up, baby? How you? So, yeah, man, I'm gonna, continue this process of building and teaching y'all. So, I'm gonna go into today's math. Today's mathematics is build or destroy. Build is to add on to the positivity of life that elevates one's own self, mentally as well as physically. Destroy is to destructurize and break down all negative elements that do not apply in one's life, situation, and circumstance, and to get rid of and annihilate. So, that being said, the topic I wanted to build on was food. And I know a lot of individuals like, food? What do you mean? Well, there's a whole lot more than what individuals think food really is and what it's based on. And I want to share my angle with other people because, especially dealing with people that are highly emotional, when it comes down to that area of life. Because I think it's very, very imperative that a lot of individuals get the understanding from what I'm going to say today, and at least take what you learn from it, and you can throw the rest out. When I talk about food, I'm talking about the physical food, mental food, emotional, verbal, and all different types of areas of life. And the reason why I'm talking about food is because when an individual comes amongst your cipher, right, whether it be man, woman, or child, one thing about food is either two or one things. It's digestible and nutritious, or it's digestible but has no nutritional value to it. It holds no supplements that could add on to longevity of life. And what that means is, in layman's terms, if a person comes around you talking about negative shit all day, talking about bitches and talking about niggas, and they're not talking about how to produce something that's efficient and beneficial and something that you really want to hear, then that's food that's not digestible and it has no nutritional value. If a person comes up to you and delivers a certain amount of food, or when I say food, I can say knowledge or information or wisdom, or their wisdom or their experience, you have to be mentally and emotionally prepared to take on that food which you're going to digest if you are ready. If not, what's going to end up happening is you might end up choking on more than you can chew. Meaning, there are certain things that you took in that you were not supposed to take in because of what this person is delivering or bringing to you. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, nobody wants to get caught in a situation where they're accepting another person's misery. And what ends up happening is the emotional, mental foods affect you physically. It affects you to the point where it becomes either a benefit or detriment, either helpful or harmful, because of the simple fact that if this food is not digestible, it has no nutritional value, you can end up choking on it. And what ends up happening is it sends your body into a shock where if body doesn't know what to do. So now the best way for the body to react to the situation is stress. Food and stress go hand in hand because you are what you eat. If you are around a bunch of individuals all day and you're around a bunch of women or men that's talking about fucking and sucking, and I'm just being explicit, I'm just being real because this is real life. This is no magical fantasy or nothing made up or mysterious. This is all real. If you're around a person that's talking about fucking and having sex all day, tell me what benefit do you get from listening to that all day long? You get none. But if you're around a person that's talking about, they want to open up a business, they want to be able to produce an effect where it helps the community, where they see growth and development and change in the community, then that's somebody you want to be around. That's something you can digest and hold nutritional value and supplement. Positivity and adding on. That's why today's mathematics is build or destroy. Building is not talking. It is not talking. I just want to let a lot of individuals know that when you're building, you're not talking. Building is constructing something that's tangible to the eye for all to see. Building is also a mental process, and it's also a physical process, because once you take in certain aspects of life, now it's your duty and responsibility to either help that add on or get rid of it if it doesn't hold any, once again, nutritional value. And that's what I mean with food. A lot of individuals, you can eat food all day, but if it's not healthy for you, all it's going to do is clog your arteries, clog your cells, and cause you to have high cholesterol, blood pressure, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, and many other different ailments that an individual doesn't want. And that plays an effect with food. That plays an effect with physical food. And that's the same thing as mental food. A person could be mentally crippling you to the point where you so fucking stressed out, you're just taking on everybody else's shit. And then when it comes time for you to be able to analyze your own situation, you can't because you're too focused on everybody else's. And this is real talk. I'm not even playing. I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? Like the knowledge as cipher degree is, it says in the 136, because the devil taught him how to eat the wrong foods. Now, you think about that degree and you say, well, I mean, many people might scratch the surface and they might talk about physical foods. That's fine, and then, but it gets deeper than that of what the degree is saying. The devil taught him to eat the wrong foods. That could mean a person could be coming around you just throwing bullshit at you all day just to see if you're going to take it and absorb it and do something with it. You will take it and absorb it, but what's going to end up happening is you're going to stress your physical out. I want a lot of individuals to know this one thing. I know this from experience because I went through it already. I went through it many and plenty times. When an individual comes to you, right, and they begin to throw on garbage to you and it stresses you out, it's going to physically cause an effect on you. What's going to end up happening, you might lose weight, you might end up being depressed, you might end up not wanting to deal with people, you might end up just wanting to isolate yourself from people because of the simple fact of what's taking place and what's going on. And that's the true story, because I've been through situations where I've tried to help people and all they kept doing is coming to me with more stressful shit. And it's like, when are you going to find the answers to your own questions? And when are you going to answer your own questions? Because to me personally, I think you have the answer. I see that you have the answers to questions, but you want me to give you my understanding just for verification and confirmation. You know? And that's what can end up happening. It can really take when your emotion is affected, it's gonna physically, and I mean physically, cause you to just automatically stress. I remember a person told me that you don't have to stress the stress. I'm like, I don't get that. One day you could just be thinking about something, and you could just be sitting there just pondering. Now, what you're pondering is a different story than, oh, well, I'm thinking about, my grandmother. I'm thinking about my aunt. I'm thinking about how my sons or how my daughter's doing. You might think about something that somebody said, and it may not have got you right then and there, but then it took a toll on your whole body. And it just stressed you. You said, oh, man, that's crazy. And that's the problem with us as original people. Sometimes we come to people with our own stressors, and then we leave them with nothing left. Like, they end up fortifying themselves, and they end up being worn out, stressed out, and then caught in the situation where they feel now that they want to help, but they don't want to get too involved and subjected to what you've been dealing with. And that's just the point of the matter. And whether you agree with what I'm saying or not, it's all based on your level of understanding. What you choose from this video is on you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm saying to you is all true. And if you don't trust what I'm saying, experiment with it. You see what I'm saying? Experiment with it. Try it out for yourself. Because in my degree, it says earthquakes are caused by the Son of Man experimenting with high explosives. Now, high explosives could be a real ass situation that causes a person to automatically just stress and look at the situation like, oh my God, man, sheesh, she coming with this again, she coming with her problems again, you with this again. Don't trust what I say. All right, well, you'll find out on your own. I'm striving to save you from the heartache and pain, so that way you don't have to go through that anymore. Born Universal Truth. All this is just advice. You can do whatever you feel is best for you. I'll build you in the near future. Take care, have a blessed day, and enjoy this heat. Peace.